Halloween, you guys. Should Christians celebrate it? What are the origins of it? And what does the Bible have to say about it? What is up, you guys, and welcome back to the Street Fishing YouTube channel. So I just want to get straight to the point in Halloween, you guys. And sure, I can go extensively in the history, the origin of what Halloween is. But just to keep it short, plain, simple, direct, straight to the point, no sugarcoating it. Halloween, you guys, it comes from the European Celtic people, the Celtic traditions, where they would believe that on the day of Halloween, which would be the beginning of their second half of their calendar, which they would call their dark half, because the days will become darker or the nights will get darker sooner. And so Halloween would be the first day or the beginning of their dark half of their calendar. And it was also the belief that on this day was the thinnest. The veil between the spiritual and the physical was the thinnest. They also believed that demons or the spirits could cross over into the physical plane. So as you can see, we're already starting off strong. They believe that the spirits, aka to what we know, demons, could cross over into the physical plane and roam in the earth. And so as you can see, it's already bad. Because as we know, the spirits, any spirit that is not holy, it's not a spirit we should be messing with. And as 1 Thessalonians 5:20 says, to abstain of all appearances of evil, automatically straightforward, that is a clear sign to abstain from Halloween. Halloween is not a day that we as Christians should redeem, because that is what the Catholic Church did in its history. So what happened was the Catholic Church tried to Christianize, or pretty much did. It Christianized the Celtic tradition of Samhain and originally created an All Saints Day. They tried to Christianize the Celtic tradition of Lemuria, which was first celebrated on May 13th, which then, because of its success trying to convert these pagans into quote-unquote Christians or Catholics at the time, because of the day of this being so successful, and October 31st already being a tradition of holiday for the Celtics, they took the All Saints Day that they converted from Lemuria, and they transferred it into November 1st. And so that's why November 1st is what we know as All Saints Day or All Hallows Day. So then trying to draw out the pagan traditions of Samhain, to convert the pagans and introduce Christianity or Catholicism, if you will, to these pagans. They try to introduce this All Saints Day or All Hallows Day, to where these new converts, these former pagans, now converted, begin to call Samhain All Hallows Eve. Being the eve of All Saints Day. So like I said, we could go extensive into the tradition, but my thing is, when you think of Halloween, what do you think about? Not just costumes, but you think about evil, you think about witches, you think about magic, you think about demons. So right off the bat, you guys, like I said, 1 Thessalonians 5:20, it's clear, you guys. It's clear. Abstain from all appearances of evil. Not just evil itself, you guys, but the appearance of it. And the simple fact that Halloween represents and looks evil should give you a sign that we shall abstain from it. Even the origin of the jack-o'-lantern, the carving of the pumpkin and putting a candle, even the origin of that, if you want to look into it, it's that originated from the legend of Stingy Jack. Basically a guy that convinced the devil, tricked the devil, and eventually, long story short, ended up getting kicked out of hell. Basically, not allowed into heaven, kicked out of hell, and roam the earth as a spirit holding a lantern. And so continuing on, like I said, pretty much everything you could look into Halloween, the bombing of the apples, the trick-or-treating, the jack-o'-lanterns, all that comes from a demonic origin. Has something to do with souls, has something to do with the dead. And when it comes to Halloween, you guys, what is one of the biggest things that people have pleasure in? And that is feeling fear. And as we know, as we believers know, that God did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power and of sound mind. We as Christians should not be enjoying or having pleasure in fear or causing fear. And that's where the whole mask and all these costumes come into play. But like I said, plain and simple, you guys, no sugarcoating. Halloween is completely demonic and it is not redeemable. It should not be attempted to redeem. So that goes for trunk or treats. That's also demonic, you guys. Nothing Christian about it. If anything, if people are coming to your door, don't just give them candy, or don't give them candy, but tell them about Jesus Christ. You don't got to go door knocking. They coming to you on that day. Might as well hand them a track. Don't give them a candy. Hand them a track. Let them know the day of salvation is today. Because let me make this clear. The day itself does not belong to the devil. The day October 31st does not belong to the devil. The day is God's. It's the Lord's day. But the celebration, the tradition, the partaking of Halloween, that is of the devil. And what's crazy to me, what trips me out the most, is that you have testimony after testimony of ex-witches, of ex-Satanists, of ex-devil worshippers. You have John Ramirez, for example, which is pretty a viral believer that came out, that got saved. Awesome testimony. He was a Satanist priest, you guys. Worshipped the devil. He was a santero, to be exact. So he practiced santeria and palomayumbe, all that stuff, deep into it, since it was a kid born into a sacrifice or dedicated to the devil, etc., etc. But like I said, what trips me out is that you have testimony after testimony of ex-witches and ex-Satanists that are saying all the things that they would do and practice on the day of Halloween, not just the day of Halloween, but the whole month of October. Because I don't know if you knew, but this whole month, you guys, witches and warlocks and Satanists, they fast and get ready for Halloween, because Halloween is a sacred day for them. So like I said, the day itself, October 31st, is not of the devil. That is the Lord's day. But the celebration and the partaking of Halloween, that is not okay. So God bless you guys. And this, matter of fact, before I end this also goes with Dia de los Muertos. To all my Mexicans out there, I'm a Mexican too. But to all my Mexicans out there, if you are a Christian and you are Mexican, Dia de los Muertos is not something that you should partake in as well. Day of the Dead, you guys? Come on now. Pretty much the same thing as Halloween. Do not celebrate. Do not create altars. Definitely don't set offerings for the dead, you guys. That's just an open door for demons to come in, for familiar spirits to come in. But like I said, straight to the point, Halloween, Dia de los Muertos, not of God. And if you are a Christian, you should not be partaking. God bless you guys.